Hi everyone, how are you? Rana sir is here. Welcome to our Rana sir educational channel. Today I will talk on a topic whose name is a quadratic equation. In this quadratic equation, I have to explain its concept. That is solution. That is the relationship between quadratic equation and its nature of the roots. I will explain its information in detail in yesterday's class, that is on Monday class. I have already explained the concept of this topic. Now further I will explain its concept further, and then I will also solve some questions which are based on this topic. That is, some questions I will take from the textbook, and those are also based on this concept, that is the relationship between roots and the nature of the roots, that is the relationship between quadratic equation and its nature of the root. I will explain in detail here. Okay student, so first of all I am going to give you some suggestion point, and you have to follow and maintain properly with positively. Okay student, so first suggestion is that first of all you have to take one notebook and one pen, and you have to sit at your location properly, and then you have to watch, listen and write information which are spoken by me or written on the blackboard. Okay student, positively you have to write. Okay, therefore I am telling you, you have to concentrate on this video from starting to end, so that you can get good knowledge about quadratic equation, and simultaneously you also like this live video, and then you also subscribe this educational channel, and then you also share this live video with your friends, colleagues and students, so that they can also update their knowledge and develop their knowledge on this topic. Therefore now I am going to start this video positively. Now you concentrate on this video. Okay student, so I am going to explain. So this is the mathematics class, and this is the class number 10, and it is based on English medium, and it is also based on CBSE pattern, and board will be CBSE board. In other words, some questions if you will also solve UP board questions, so you can also simplify very easy way, because concept are same, only language are different. In UP board language is given in Hindi medium, but in English in CBSE board that is given in English medium. Okay student, so each and every student can observe it. That is, one student who is reading in CBSE board and other student who is reading in UP board. So both students can read it very easily. Okay student, now here this chapter number is 4, and whose name is quadratic equation. Now here I have to explain about relationship between quadratic equation and the nature of the root. Here I have to explain it in detail. So started class I have already explained its concept. Now further I will solve some questions which are related to relationship between quadratic equation and nature of the root. Okay student, so first of all I am going to write its heading, and then I will explain its concept. After explaining its concept, I will take some questions which are based on this topic, and I will solve, that is I will explain in detail, and I will give its solution. Okay student, so you properly concentrate on this video from starting to end. So that is the relationship between quadratic equation, solution of a quadratic equation and the nature of the root. and the here I am going to write the nature of the root. The nature of the root. Okay, student, nature of the root. So here I have to explain it in detail. First of all, I will write general quadratic equation. After writing general quadratic equation, I will write discriminant. So here I will also explain that in the place of quadratic equation, I will write discriminant. So that will be easy for understanding you. Relationship between discriminant. Discriminant and nature of the roots. So first of all, here I will write quadratic equation that will be written ax square plus bx plus c, which is equal to 0. So a, b, c are the constant term, but here I am going to write one condition. That condition is written as a cannot be 0. If the value of a will be 0, so this term will be 0. So in other words, we can say that I will get a linear equation in one variable, that is x. So that this information it will convert in linear equation. Therefore, I am putting here a not equal to 0. It means that a b and c can be 0, but a cannot be 0. It means that I will get a quadratic equation. So here we will get the value of d. So here I will write find the discriminant. In bracket I am writing d. D stands for discriminant. So I will say this is the step. So first of all, I have to write ax square plus bx plus c, which is equal to 0. Now a cannot be 0. It means that this is a general quadratic equation. So after writing this general quadratic equation, I will write here find the discriminant, means value of d, and the value of d is also known as d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, and c is the constant term. So here we will get the value of d, which is equal to b square minus 4ac. Each and every student has to remember, because nature of the root, there are 3 types of nature of the root. Each step I will explain in detail. That is, I will say if d is equal to 0, it means that b square minus 4ac, which is equal to 0. In this case, I will say in this case, quadratic equation has real and distinct roots. Here I will write quadratic equation has real and equal roots. In this case, I will say if this value of the discriminant which is equal to 0, so I will say in this case the quadratic equation will have real and equal roots. In other words, we can say that if any quadratic equation is available and in that quadratic equation is saying you have to write the nature of the root, but that quadratic equation has real and equal root, it means that I will say the value of d which is equal to 0. In other words, we can say that b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. If any constant term will be available in this equation, or any parameter which is available in this equation, so value of that parameter I can easily obtain with this condition. Okay, student. So each and every student has to remember this formula, that is this concept. Now second condition I am going to also explain here. If here I will write d is greater than 0, it means that we will calculate the value of b square minus 4ac. After calculating its value, I will say we shall get the value of b square minus 4ac, which is greater than 0. So in this case, I will say that quadratic equation has real and distinct roots. So here I will say if d is equal to 0, so in this case In this case, quadratic equation has real and distinct roots. Real and distinct roots. Because quadratic equation has two roots and both roots will be real and distinct. That information is written here. If the value of d which is greater than 0, in this case I will say there will be two roots and both roots will be real and distinct. Okay students, now further I am going to also explain the concept number 3. In this case, first case I have taken here the value of d which is equal to 0, and in second case I have taken the value of d which is equal to 0, but in third case I can write the value of d which is negative. So I write in this case quadratic equation has imaginary roots. Quadratic equation has imaginary roots. It means that in this case both roots will not intersect the x-axis. It means that both roots are imaginary. Only we will imagine. That is, both roots will be complex number, and that complex number I will read in the class 11. Okay, still 11 mathematics. So this is the class 10 mathematics, and this is the free online coaching classes. So each and every student has to attend this class properly, and each and every student has to take advantage of this free online teaching. Okay student, so here condition number 3 which is written as if d is less than 0, in this case the quadratic equation has imaginary root. In other words, we can say that there is no roots, yet does not exist. In other words, I can say that is does not exist. So this is the information related to relationship between discriminant and the nature of the root. I have already explained here. Now I will use the questions on this topic, and unknown parameters will be available in the quadratic equation, and I will solve that quadratic equation with the help of these conditions, and then I will write the value of that parameters. Okay student, so each and every student has to remember these three conditions which is based on quadratic equation. So quadratic equation here I have written that is ax square plus bx plus c which is equal to 0, and we have to find the value of d. D means discriminant. B extends for discriminant. Here I have written the value of d which is equal to b square minus 4ac, and d is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, and c is the constant term. Okay student, now there will be three conditions. One condition will be d is equal to 0. In this case both root will be real and equal, but if value of d which is greater than 0, in this case I will get the value of discriminant, and that discriminant value will be positive, and in this case I will say both roots are real and distinct, means separate. And if the value of d which is less than 0, in this case I will say that quadratic equation has imaginary root. Imaginary root means that is the complex number. Okay student, in other words we can say that roots are not existing in the given quadratic equation. It means that both root will not cut or intersect on the x-axis. Okay student, so I have explained in detail about the relationship between discriminant and the nature of the roots. Okay student, so further I am going to erase this one, and I will take some questions which are based on this topic, and I will solve. Okay student, so further I am going to erase it. Now here I am going to write. So question I am going to take from the textbook. Find the value of k for which the given quadratic equation. Here I have to write question number 1. Find the value of a. Here a is the unknown parameter and I have to get its value. Find the value of a for which the given quadratic equation has equal roots. For which the given quadratic equation, here I will write quadratic equation has equal roots. Now that quadratic equations are like this: a minus 12, and then I have to write x square plus 2a minus 12, and then I have to write here x, and other value that is constant is 2, which is equal to 0. Now here one question is given here, and that question is also based on relationship between discriminant and the nature of the root. In this question is written as find the value of k, where k is the parameter. Its value will be from minus infinity to plus infinity. According to question, I will calculate its value, what will be its domain. Okay student, now for which the given quadratic equation has equal roots. So if quadratic equation has equal roots, in this case I will say the value of discriminant which is equal to 0. Now here I will say, according to question, first I will write here solution. That is, I will say given that that is b is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is given that is equal. If roots are equal, it means that the value of discriminant will be 0. The value of discriminant will be 0, so I have to get the value of a, b, and c from the given quadratic polynomial. Okay student, so I am going to write general quadratic polynomial and I will compare the given quadratic polynomial. I will say that is the equation number 1, and general quadratic equation I will write that is ax square plus bx plus c, which is equal to 0, and I will say this is the equation number 2. Okay student, so this is the equation number 1, this is the equation number 2. I will solve these two equations at a time. So I will compare here, I will write one statement comparing equation 1 and 2 on both sides we get. Here I will write one statement comparing equation 1 and 2. Equation 2, comparing equation 1 and equation 2 on both sides. And then here we will write we get. On both sides we get. Here I will write we get. So this is the information and we have to use this. So solution is given that because both roots are equal, it means that d is equal to 0. The value of d is b square minus 4ac. Now here I have to write one general equation, that is ax square plus bs plus c, which is equal to 0, and I will say this is the equation number 2. And equation number 1, which is given in the question, and both equation I will compare. I will compare and then I will get the value of a, b and c from the given equation. And after getting the value of a, b and c, and I will put this in the equation. I will say this is the equation number 3. In equation number 3 I will put, after putting, I will evaluate the value of a, which is given in the question. Okay student, so further I am going to erase this one. Okay student, so this information I am going to erase because here I have to get, after comparing I will write its value. Now that information is given, so that information I am going to say here, that is d is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is equal to 0, that is given in the question. Okay student, so here I am comparing. Now the value of a, which is equal to here, value of a, that is the coefficient of x square. In the equation number 2, the coefficient of x square is a minus 12. So I write here a minus 12. A minus 12. And again in the equation number 2, the coefficient of x is b. So in equation number 1, I will compare coefficient of x is written 2 into in the bracket with a minus 12. So that information I will write here 2 times in the bracket with a minus 12. A minus 12. Okay student, now further I am going to also erase this information, and in the equation number 3, that is c, and in the given equation, that is equal to 2. Okay student, so these are the information, and as per question, according to question I will write here according according to question. According to question I have to write here. According to question I have to write here d is equal to 0, and the value of d is known as b square minus 4ac, which is equal to 0. So I will put the value of d from here, value of a also from here, value of c also from here. After putting here, I will simplify. After simplify, I will get the value of k. Okay student, so further I am going to erase above data for further calculation. Okay student, so above information I am going to erase for further calculation. So I have assumed this is the equation number 3. I will write one information here, putting the value of a, b and c from the given data. Putting the value of a, b and c in the equation. In equation number 3 from given data, from obtained data. Okay students, so this one I am going to erase, and here I have to write b square minus 4ac, which is equal to 0. Again I will put the value of b here. Value of b is written here 2a minus 12 whole square, and I will put here 4. The value of a is written k minus 12. So I write here k minus 12. The value of c, that is 2. I will put here 0. Okay, student. Now further, I have to simplify it. After simplifying, I will get this value. Now k minus 12 and k minus 12 is also available, so I will take common k minus 12. Now here I will see 2 to the again one statement I am going to also write here, implying that here 4 k minus 12 whole square minus 4 k minus 12 into 2 to 4 to the 8. Here I will write 8. Okay, student, there is no issue. Now here k minus 4 k minus 12 I will take again common, that is both in both terms k minus 12 is available and 4 is also available, so 4 k minus 12 I will take common. K minus 12 I will take here common. After taking common, in the bracket I will get k minus 12, but here only available 2 is equal to 0. Okay, student, because here k minus 4 I will take outside, so here will be 2, and k minus 12 will be also outside, so I will also take outside, so here will be minus 2, so I have written here minus 2, but here k minus 12 will be present, k minus 12 will be present here. Okay, student, if you have any doubts, so you ask me comment and I will see your comment and positively I will reply. Okay, student, so again I will simplify it like this: 4 into k minus 12, and then in the bracket I will write k, and this is minus and this is minus, it will be minus 14, which is equal to 0. In other words, we can say that this term can be 0 or this term will be 0. After putting 0, I will get the value of k. So further I am going to evaluate it here. I will say if condition number 1, I will say here if k minus 12 which is equal to 0, because if this term will be 0, so multiplication of this and this will be 0, or this term will be 0, so multiplication of this and this will be 0. So in first condition I will say k minus 12 which is equal to 0, so I will put here k is equal to 12. So this is one answer of the given question. Now second condition I will say if k minus 14 is equal to 0, if k minus 14 which is equal to 0, so I will put here k is equal to 14. This is the equation number, this is the answer number 2 of the given question. So according to this way, the given question can be solved easily. So in this question, one question has been asked like this: if a particular quadratic equation is given and there is one parameter is available, you have to find the value of that parameter, but condition is that both root has equal value. It means that the discriminant of that quadratic equation will be 0, and we have to get the value of a, b and c from the given equation. So I have written there a general quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c, which is equal to 0, but it cannot be 0. So after comparing this equation and the given equation, I have got the value of a, b and c. After putting the value of a, b and c in the given information, that is b square minus 4ac, and after simplification I have got the value of k, which is equal to 12. This is one answer of the given quadratic equation, and if value of 14 will be 0, so I will get the value of k which is equal to 14. So this value I will put, and then I will get the value of discriminant, which is, and the value of discriminant will be 0, or we will put the value of k which is equal to 14 in the given quadratic equation. After simplification I will get the value of t which will be equal to 0. So according to this way, only two values are available from minus infinity to plus infinity at the given value of k, that if I will get the value of discriminant, so the value of discriminant will be 0 at this and this point. Okay, student, only these 2 points are existing on the domain from minus infinity to plus infinity, and we will calculate the value of discriminant. So I will get the value of discriminant will be 0 at this point and also at this point. So according to this way, solution has been done easily. Okay student, if you are knowing very well solution, so you like this like video and also you share this like video and also subscribe this education channel with your friends, colleagues and students so that they can improve their knowledge on this topic. Okay student, topic name is that is the quadratic equation, and in quadratic equation I am explaining questions and its solution and also its concept, which is based on relationship between discriminant and the nature of the roots. Okay student, now I am going to take another question, solution of another question. I will take another question from the textbook and I will also solve, and that is also based on this topic. Okay student, so further I will start the next topic. Okay student, now I am going to solve second question also, and such questions are also asked in the exam, so each and every student has to concentrate on this topic. Okay student, so in 2 marks if the exam question can be asked. Okay student, in internal या external exam. Internal exam, that is school exam, a college exam, school exam, and also some such question can be asked in the external exam, that is the board exam. Okay student, board can be CBSE board or UP board. Both students can understand and can learn or remember this topic easily. Okay student, now further I am going to explain the concept of this topic with numerical. So I am going to write its numerical. Okay student, you concentrate on it clearly. Find the value of k for which, this is the question number 2. Question number 2 here, find the value of k. K is the parameter and its value will be from minus infinity to plus infinity. I will consider according to the question. Its value, what will be its value? Now for which, here I have to write for which the equation, for which the quadratic equation quadratic equation that is written quadratic equation 9x square here written plus 13kx and plus 2, here written plus 2, which is equal to 0, has real roots, Here information has not given equal roots. If equal roots will be given, so value of discriminant will be 0, but according to this information, here we have to write b is greater than 0. It means that roots are equal, but given here not mentioned here, both roots are equal. If not mentioned, so I will write here b is greater than 0. In this case, both roots are real and distinct. Okay student, so I will write here solution. Given that, here I will write given that. What is given that? Here we have to write b is greater than 0, that is given in question. Okay student, so this information has been given in the question, so we have to write here. Now I have to write here general quadratic equation. General quadratic equation. General quadratic equation is, here I write ax square plus bx plus C which is equal to 0, but I write here condition A cannot be 0. I will say this is the equation number 1. Now given quadratic equation is quadratic equation is here written this one 9x square plus 13kx plus 2 which is equal to 0. I will say this is the equation number 2. Okay student, so after comparing these two equations I will get the value of A, B and C from these two equations. So I will write here one statement. Now on comparing on both sides of equation 1 and equation 2 we get. Okay student, so after comparing I will write. So that information I am saying. In equation the coefficient of x square is A, so I will have to write here A. And in equation number 2 I will say the coefficient of x square which is 9, so I will put here 9. Now in equation number 1 here coefficient of x is B, so I will write here B. And in the equation number 2 I will say coefficient of x is 13k, so here I will write 13k. Okay student, now in the equation number 1 the value of C constant term is C, and in equation number 2 constant term is 2. So these are the information which are available here, and this information I have obtained with comparing equation 1 and equation 2. After comparing equation 1 and 2 on both sides, then I have got this value. Now given information is that both roots are real and distinct. It is that the value of t which is greater than 0. Now further I am going to erase this information. After erasing this one, and I will solve this condition. Okay students, so further I am going to erase zero information. So the value of b I will write here e square minus 4ac. Already I have told you in the theory today and also in yesterday class. Okay student, so here the value of a, b, c I will take from the given information. So here the value of b is written here 13a whole square. I will put here minus 4. The value of a here is 9, so I will put 9, and here value of c is 2, so I will put here 2. Okay students, again I will simplify it. So after simplify I will write here, I will say 13 square into k square, because here I will use one concept which is available in high school year 9 class. X m to the power x to the power m to the power n, so I will write as x to the power m into n, or in other words x into y to the power m is available, so I will write x to the power m into y to the power m. So this information here I have to use, so 2 will go power up 13 and also power up k, and then again here I will multiply it. 4 to the 8, here I will say 9, that is greater than 0, so I will write it here. I will say 30 square, here I have to write 169 k square, and then here I write 72 is greater than 0. Okay student, here I can write imply that. Okay student, so I will get its domain value. So further I am going to simplify it. After simplification, I will get its value. Okay, students. So further, I am going to erase above data. For simplification purpose. Here I will write 169 k square minus 72 is greater than 0. That is given in the question. Now further I will use, so that can be obtained in this format. I am going to look the question, that is 984. 4 is available. 4 is available there. 4 is available. 13 pin. That is 3 pin. So here I will say that information, here 4 is available. Here 4 is available and here 3 is available. So I will simplify it. I will simplify it. Again I will put here the value of t which is greater than 0, and I will write b square minus 4ac which is equal to which is greater than 0. So value of b I will write here 3k whole square, and then I will write here 4 into value of a is 9, so I will put here 9, and the value of c is 4, so I will put here 4. Now here I will use formula x into y to the power m, which is equal to x to the power m, and into y to the power am. This concept I will use here. So 3 to the power 2 into k to the power 2, and I will write here 4 4 is 16 into I will write here 9 which is greater than 0. Now here I will write here imply that here I will say imply that 9 k square minus 16 into 9 which is greater than 0. So 9 I will take comma. So I will write here k square minus 16. K square minus 16 which is greater than 0. Okay student, further I will simplify its value. So I am going to write one formula a square minus b square which is equal to, I write which is equal to, in one bracket I write a minus b, and in second bracket I write a plus b. So each and every student has to know this formula clearly. A square minus b square which is equal to a minus b, and in other bracket, in the second bracket I will write a plus b. Okay student, if you are knowing very well, so you like this like video, and also you share this educational channel with your college friend and students, and also you share this live video with your colleagues for improving their knowledge on this topic, because such question can be asked in your board exam and also in internal exam. Okay student, so further I am going to simplify it. So here I will write in the place of 9, that is 9, and this information can be written a square minus 4 whole square, and here I will say like this is greater than 0. Okay student, here again I will write bracket a square minus 4 square which is greater than 0 divided by 9. If I will divide by any quantity on, if I will divide 0 with any quantity, that will become 0. So again here I will imply that a square minus 4 square is greater than 0. Okay student, further I will simplify it according to this formula that is written here, a square minus b square which is equal to a minus b in one bracket, and in second bracket I will write a plus b. So that formula I will do a minus 4, and here I will say a plus 4, which is greater than 0. Okay students, so this information I have to write here. Okay students, in other words we can say that k square is equal to this one. In other words we can say that this k value is greater than 0 and this k value is less than minus 4. Okay student, so further I have to also write this information like this, imply that a square minus 4 square is greater than 0. I will write k square is greater than 4 square. I will take its square value. So k is plus minus 4. I will write plus minus 4. It means that I will say the value of k is existing. Minus 4, its value will be from minus 4. I will take its number line. Okay students, I will take its value on the number line. So one value will be k which is greater than 0 and other will be k which is also is greater than minus 4. I will write one condition. If k minus 4 which is greater than 0, so I will write k is greater than 0 and its domain will be k belongs to, here I will write minus 4 to plus infinity. Here I will write value of k will be from 4 to plus infinity. Now here I am going to write condition number 2. If k plus 4 which is greater than 0, in this case I will write k is greater than minus 4 and its value I will say k belongs to minus 4 to infinity. Minus 4 to infinity. So according to this way I will say its value is coming like this. So the value of k which is greater than minus 4 to infinity, and here value of k is greater than 4 to infinity. So I will take its intersection, that will be 4 to infinity. So this is the answer of the given question. So I will say this is the answer of the given question. So according to this way, solution of any quadratic equation can be solved if there are three conditions, and we have to remember all these three conditions. If roots are real and equal, in this case I will write the value of discriminant which is equal to 0. But if both roots will be real, so one information is hidden here, and then for that information I will write the value of the discriminant which is greater than 0. In other words, we can say that both roots will be real and distinct. And condition number 3 is such that if the both roots are infinite, in other words we can say that the value of discriminant will be negative. Okay student, so according to this way, solution of this question can be done according to this way. Okay student, so each and every student has to remember the three conditions of discriminant and the nature of the roots. Already I have elaborated in yesterday class and today class also, and I have already solved some questions which are based on this topic. Okay students, so always I will present with you till first to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. 10 first to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 8:15 p.m. 15 minutes past to 8 p.m. or sometime 8:30 minutes past to 8 p.m. So starting time will be this. According to question, according to numericals value, according to question, time duration will be increased. Okay student, so thank you for watching, listening and writing these data on your notebook, and you have to listen and you have to write it properly, and what are the topic and what are the concept which are available in this question, and you have to remember clearly. Okay student, so always you present on the same time, that is 10 past to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay student, so if you have any confusion, yeah, any doubt, yeah, any issue, so you write comment and I will see your comment, and after looking your comment I will reply the answer of your comment positively. Okay student, so thank you for watching, and if you will have good knowledge on this topic, so you like this live video, and also you subscribe this educational channel with your parents, friends and students, and also you share this video with your group members. Okay, thank you for watching.